What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so there's been some controversy over the lack of minutes that Jayson Tatum is getting on Team USA, especially, I believe, in the last game that they played against Japan. I believe it was a 102-76 victory for the Team USA. And, some people talked about how, it's a travesty that an NBA champion like Jayson Tatum is not getting minutes played, uh, you know, and that there's even some conspiracy theories going around that Steve Kerr is doing this to cause dysentery among the ranks of the Boston Celtics. That the whole thing is a conspiracy theory to cause dissension within the Celtics. Derek White being chosen over Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum not getting any minutes, and all of these different stuff. Right? Well, this is how I feel about it. And I know that a lot of you are not going to feel the same way, but I'm a huge fan of Jaylen Brown. I look at this as nothing more than a deflection tactic by the media. I just call them that in whole, the media. Not necessarily this really got anything to do with LeBron, but I just call them that because that's what they do. I think this is nothing but a deflection tactic by the media to shift the argument or focus from Jaylen Brown not being on this team to somehow Jayson Tatum not getting minutes, all right, for Team USA. So they're deflecting from any talk about Jaylen Brown, which has really not reached the mainstream media, just social media talking streets. They're trying to shift all attention from Jaylen Brown to making it about Jayson Tatum. So basically, it's almost like they want to prove Jayson Tatum's worth on this team, right? But I'm like this. Everybody want to say, look, the reason why Jaylen Brown's now on this team, according to Grant Hill and some others, is that it's a basketball decision about chemistry and whatnot, right? About chemistry. Jaylen Brown's not a good ball handler. He's not necessarily a great one-on-one defender, though I have to admit, I thought I saw him play really good defense in the playoffs, especially in the NBA Finals on Kyrie Irving. But anyway, the narrative is that he's not a good one-on-one defender and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to flip it like this then. Okay, since that's the argument for Jaylen Brown, maybe for Jayson Tatum, the reason why he's not getting in play because he's not a good fit. I mean, that's what they're saying about Jaylen Brown. Maybe he not a good fit. I mean, Team USA seem to be doing pretty goddamn good without him, right? So maybe he need to keep sitting his ass down. I don't give a damn. I don't care how people want to flip it. Jaylen Brown should be on this goddamn team. Jaylen Brown should be on this damn team. Finals MVP, multiple-time All-Star. He's appeared in 2 NBA Finals. I think Jaylen Brown's been in at least 4 Eastern Conference Finals. At least 4. So, and he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Probably. I don't know necessarily first ballot, but he's going to be a Hall of Famer more than likely. He's heading on that trajectory. Not to mention, he's a very impressive man, young man. Been the vice president of the National Basketball Association Players Association since he was 21 years old. He went to Berkeley University. Brilliant young man, but that's not what the media want to push. You know what I'm saying? I put it like this: they don't want to push a brother like him in that role. See, if he looked like Klay Thompson or something, okay, that'd be something different. But see, a guy like Jaylen Brown, they want a tattooed, cornrow, you know what I'm saying, type dude. They don't want someone who speaks, articulately and can outmaneuver them in questioning and don't fall for the bait. He's not their type. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it, yeah. I still think to some degree, there's colorism going on. Keep saying that. I do. I don't care. Some people are like, well, Michael Jordan was dark. Well, yeah, he was. And Michael Jordan had to be the greatest player of all time to get that type of credit, too. And Michael Jordan never rocked the boat when it came to talking about those types of issues for the most part. But I do think there's something there when it comes to the Jaylen Brown versus Jayson Tatum dynamic. For some reason, people don't want to see Jaylen Brown on the same level as Jayson Tatum. It's like he got to be in his own separate subcategory. And it's always forced. Even though from watching both of them play, oftentimes Jaylen Brown outplays him, especially when it comes down to the latter stages of the game. Jayson Tatum, I'm sorry, his stats sometimes look a little superior overall, rebounding and assists. But overall, decision making, when it comes to shot selection, when it comes to efficiency at times, Jaylen Brown to me has him beat. And for all the criticism that Jaylen Brown gets, it goes to Jayson Tatum too. I mean, when is Jayson Tatum ever going to assert himself? Like, look, all the stuff that we give everybody else, playing on stacked teams, LeBron James, why do we exempt Jayson Tatum from that? I mean, didn't Jayson Tatum the year before last, choked in the Game 7 against Miami Heat? But people use the injury as an excuse, right? So he got a legitimate excuse for an injury. But nobody want to hear that for Giannis. Nobody want to hear that for anybody else. LeBron. He just had a a championship run, where they played in every round a team that had a significant player hurt. And got away with it. And nobody batted an eye about it. But when the Bucks won a championship 3 years ago, that's all everybody kept bringing up. It's like there's this blind spot with Tatum. He gets all this praise, but always playing on stacked-ass teams, like Joel Embiid said. Joel Embiid gets on my nerves, but Joel Embiid said something real. He said, if I go 5 for 20 from the field, the Sixers are going to lose. Jayson Tatum has the luxury of stinking up the joint. Jayson Tatum can go 2 of 17 from the floor, 0 for 12 from downtown, and the Celtics will still have a chance to win. Why? Because you still got Jaylen Brown on that team. You still got Derek White, who's not a Hall of Famer, but now I can say he's an Olympian and one of the best six-man and bench role players in the NBA. You got Porzingis on the team, which is a little bit of overkill. You got Al Horford. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different pieces on this Celtic team. All those shooters, all those defenders. Come on, man. But anyway, that's how I look at it, man. I just think all of this is just a big deflection tactic away from the injustice done to Jaylen Brown. And like I said, since it was a basketball decision to keep Jaylen Brown off the team, then it's a basketball decision to sit this motherfucker down on the bench.